Okay guys, I took this puppy to the range. Don't mind the mess, I'm just cleaning it up, so it's a nightmare in this garage. But anyway, this is that HiPoint 995 9mm semi-auto. I'll tell you what, for 300 bucks, it's not a bad piece. I put approximately 700 rounds or so through this. A little more than that, not for sure, but I know it was over 700. And anywhere from maybe 7 or 8 yards out to maybe 30 yards. And it was pretty decent. There's a few things that I find faulty. One is the front sight is not all that great. As you can see, there's a little bit of movement there. So you really have to pay attention to that. The other is I have relatively large hands, and when I go to eject, when I go to eject the cartridge, the magazine rather, it wants to hang up on my palm down here in the meat. So I got to kind of work around that. But once I get used to that part of it, let me get this over here. This has got some in there. It's nothing chambered, but there is a full magazine in there. But like I said, when I release the magazine, because of my hand size, it kind of hangs up and catches on the mag. So it's just something that I would have to get used to with a little bit of adjustments. It's fine. So it's not a big deal. But other than that, it works pretty decent. Like I said, the front sight's a little wobbly. That could be taken care of. The breakdown on it doesn't quite break down like an AR. It's a little bit more entailed than that. Now, with that being said, I like the rifle. It's not bad at all for the money. Like I say, it's 700 and plus rounds. It was dependable. I haven't had any problems with it within that time. With as fast and as slow as I fired it. But I'm not too satisfied with the support of the company. I called the company, and right off the bat, I was on a cell phone, so I have to allow for that. Somebody answered the phone, and I had said, "Well, good morning, sir." And the first words out of their mouth was, "I am not a sir." Alright, well, excuse me, I'm on a cell phone and I have a bad connection. So, but that was my first start off, my very first hello, but anyway, then I had asked the not the sir, the madam, I'd like to speak to somebody about, breaking this thing down. And she kind of argued with me as to why did I want to disassemble it, because it's a new rifle. Well, I shouldn't have to explain to her why. Right? One is I want to, and the other is, hello, if I'm going to maintain this and clean this and it's not in the book, I guess without tearing it apart and ruining something, I'd like to find out. So she puts me on the phone with a sir, and he was a nice guy. Unfortunately, he was either misled or misunderstood when I had told him I wanted to do a quick breakdown on this to do a cleaning. He had said, well, just slide these two pins over, pull the pins out, pop this little piece here on the front sight up, and slide the whole unit forward. Well, it's impossible. That doesn't work that way. You need an Allen key. You're gonna have to take out a few screws off the forearm. You gotta take the sight off. You gotta take the pins out. You gotta take the arm off. All right. And you gotta take this little slide pin off the serial number down here. this pops off. So either I've talked to somebody on the phone that was really ignorant to the fact of how his product comes apart, or he was new, or he just didn't want to be bothered. So, but like I say, the rifle is good. I'm not going to hold it against the $300 rifle that works, because the company themselves are jerks. In my opinion, you know, we all have our opinions. Some people get along with people, some people don't. All right, and in this case, this is one that I apparently didn't get along with. But like I say, the sight, that needs a little work. The grip, for me, it's just a little short. But I can get around that, not a big deal. But all in all, I would buy another one. And I would recommend it to a friend of mine, because it is a decent piece. Like I say, for $300, it's a nice little 9mm rifle. Yeah. And this is a cute little add-on. So they did alright for themselves. Alright guys, there you go. That's the HiPoint 995 9mm.